It's nearly packing day. You and your family are off to Walt Disney World in a very short period of time and you're doing your packing. Coming up, I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you need to have in your hold luggage and why you actually only need one of these little international adapter, and it'll cover everything you need for your family. All coming up on this episode of Disney for Brits. So it's packing day, you've got the list of clothes, you've used my book, my magical Disney planner, and you're working through all the things that you need to take. You've got the clothes, you've got the shoes, you've got the toiletries, you've got the underwear. What are my 5 things that I always take with me that I think will help you? First of all, one of these. This is an international power adapter. Now, if you've not been before, you'll probably not know this, but America has a different power system to the UK. 2 major differences. Number 1, their plugs are really different. Look, tiny little 2-prong things. Number 2, they run on much less voltage. So don't buy electronics in the States unless they're things like Apple and stuff like that, because they won't work in the UK. Always check with the person you're buying them from in the shop whether they'll work in the UK. So why do you only need one of these? Because you're going to take your mobile, you're going to take your iPad, you're going to take your camera. You normally would need to take 4, 5, 6 adapters. I now only take one, and the reason I only take one is because I take one of these. This is a really simple way of charging all your stuff. So instead of having to remember lots of adapters, I take one adapter and a power block. I plug it in, plug all my items in, and then everything's charged. Now, in many hotels you will find USB adapters, so don't forget your cables and everything else, but this is a really simple way that you just need to have one adapter, or one adapter per room. Number 2, what do you need to put in your hold luggage? Number 2 is sun cream. As I mentioned in my packing to take on the plane with you, the Florida sun is way stronger than we're used to, and you'll see this on day 2 or 3 in the parks, where you see people strolling around that attractive British lobster red that people get. You really want to avoid this, and if you've got youngsters, there's nothing worse than having them sunburn, and if you're adults and you're sunburnt, you've got youngsters, that's not great as well. So make sure you take a decent amount of sun cream with you. I would always recommend erring on the safer side, so factor 50, yes, factor 50 is a really good thing to start with. Make sure you've got a decent amount on you. One of the things I always recommend as well is using the daily sun creams. Now these are ones that you put on in the morning. P20 is one, and there's a couple of other brands as well. You can buy them at the airport. They look really expensive. They're about 20 to 25 pounds for a bottle, but that bottle will last you your whole 2 weeks holiday per person. It's also really clear and it's slightly waterproof. Obviously do your own research. I'm not saying it's going to be right for you, but quite often it's better to just get up in the morning, shower, pop that on, let it dry, and then you're protected for the day. Keep an eye on your clothes. It's not great for white clothes, one of them isn't, but have a look around and speak to your pharmacist. They'll know all about these. Make sure you've got sun cream in your bag so that you don't have to spend the first few days buying sun cream. In hotels and in the parks they do sell them. It's going to be really expensive, so find a drugstore, which is a pharmacist in the US, like CVS or somewhere like that, and there'll be a whole range of it. Don't also forget the after sun. One thing I always do, if I can, if I've got a fridge in my room, the after sun goes in the fridge, and then if you have got a little bit more red than you want it to be, you can just put that on. It'll be lovely and cooling for you. So sun cream and after sun in your hold baggage. Don't forget to double wrap it. I always put it in a bag and then in another bag so that there's not likely to be any spillage, because again, whilst you want sun cream, you want the sun cream on your arms, legs and everywhere else, not all over your clothes. The next one is all about prescriptions. If you take any kind of prescription medicine, make sure you put a good amount in your hold bags. If you're going for 2 weeks, take 3 weeks worth. Let's make sure we're safe and protected, which may mean you've got to go and get your repeat prescription a couple of weeks early. Where you're taking a large amount, if you can leave it in the boxes, it's a great idea. It's just easier if your bag is searched that the stuff is all in the boxes. Also, don't forget things like painkillers, antihistamines for runny noses and hay fever, that's the word I was looking for, and any other medicine you have for your kids like Calpol or whatever. Make sure it's all double bagged and protected, but take your prescription medicines with you and take more than you need just in case there's any problems. Number 4 is a lightweight day bag. So you'll have your big suitcases, you'll have your rolly bag. Take a light rucksack with you as well. It's going to be great for when you're just popping out for a few hours. When you do, you're going to want water, you're going to want sun cream, you're going to want after sun, you're going to probably want some tablets. So just take a light day bag with you. If you're going into the parks, most of the parks will search bags, but just one of you go through bag search, everybody else can go through the other side. And the lighter the bag, the better it's going to be for you, because you're going to be needing to stow on some of the rides. So take a light bag in one of your suitcases with you, and you can use that to take things around every day rather than using a big rolly bag. My final hint and tip is probably the most important one of all of them, and that is to make sure you've got photocopies of your passports and driving licenses in each of your bags. So if you've got 2 suitcases and 2 handbags and 2 laptop stroke purses, each of those should have a copy of your driving license and your passport in it. Clearly secrete it away somewhere so it's not immediately obvious, but again, if you have a problem, you've got copies all over the place, so you're going to be safe. So do that. If you've got 2 families, it's a good idea to swap them. The one thing you need to get back into the UK and to get in the States is a passport. If you do lose it, you've got a copy with all the details. It's going to make things a whole lot easier for you. So don't forget to do that in both hand luggage and hold baggage as well. So there you have it, my top 5 things that I always put in my hold luggage, as well as obviously clothes, far too many, shoes, far too many, and space for things to buy, never enough. I'll always come back way heavier, weight-wise, probably weight-wise and bag-wise, than I do when I go. If you can think of anything that I've missed, please put it in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts of what you absolutely have to have in your hold baggage. I'll just add that to a next video when I do one of these. And if you are thinking of traveling and haven't yet booked, I'd love to be your travel concierge. I'm an ABTA approved, ABTA trained, ATOL protected travel agent with access to a whole load of travel services. Find me at D4B Travel on Facebook. Obviously, I've got lots of other videos like this on YouTube. I'd love you to have a look over those and tell as many people as you can about the channel. It's all about helping people have an amazing holiday. So there you have it, my idea of 5 things that you need to put in the hold. I hope you found that useful. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the bell so you get notified when new things come along, and there'll be a new one along before you know it. And as our pal Mickey says, I'll see you real soon.